Joining me now is Ben Jordan, and Ben, you actually watched the arrest. Tell me kind of what you saw. You were right there.
Yeah, around 4:15, dozens of officers swarmed the driveway of 5223 Waterbury Road. Now let's check out this video. Kevin and Stacy, it is incredibly windy out here, and as you can see, more rain is headed this way, and that's what has Saylorville management worried. Todd, we're live on 7th Street right now, about a block away from the old Yonkers building, and this is about as close as the public can get. Stacy, we're live on Iowa State's campus, where earlier we spoke to students and faculty about the future of VESHA, and if there is one, what needs to be done to make sure it's safe.
Damage from the Yonkers fire will come at a huge cost for neighboring businesses downtown. Ben Jordan shares the damage and how much the fire crews made sure the fire didn't take down other buildings.
This is a frightening view of what's left of the old Yonkers from a top floor across the street. The center of the building is now a giant hole all the way down to the bottom floor, and the streets are covered in metal scraps and debris.
There's nothing left to it on the outside.
I drove in from Colfax just, to see this.
It was devastating. It gave me an appreciation of what the New Yorkers must have felt like on September.
The damage from the massive fire doesn't stop with Yonkers. The blaze took its toll on neighboring businesses, including this EMC insurance building.
What you see is a fractured window. We're not sure if it was the heat or the falling of the debris.
Here's a look at broken windows from the inside. It starts on the main floor,
All the way through this north elevation of the building.
the hub tower that has a mix of business offices and apartments right across the street has more of the same. Almost every window facing Yonkers is shattered. Both buildings were evacuated, and fire crews tell us there were no reported injuries. Brian O'Keefe says making sure the fire didn't spread to neighboring buildings was their initial priority.
We turned the hoses and started spraying on the hub and the EMC building because it's hard for people to appreciate how hot it is when it starts buckling and cracking the glass, 50 feet across the street.
Hub Tower, EMC East, and the Greater Des Moines Partnership Building had fire, smoke, and water damage. Steve Flam of Premier Credit Union says his office in the Partnership Building was saved by a barricade between them and Yonkers.
Because if there wasn't, our office probably would have been in the same shape as Yonkers building, because we're right next door to them.
Ben Jordan, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
It'd be a miracle you're about to see.
A 37-year-old woman dying of cancer has one last wish: to marry the man that she's been through it all. Welcome back. Doctors told Mindy Flanagan-Newell of Des Moines that she only has weeks to live.
And today was her wedding day, the last thing on her bucket list. KCCI's Ben Jordan joins us with the touching story.
After doctors told her she didn't have much time left, a month and a half ago, Mindy and Joey decided they had to get married in front of all their friends and family right away.
As Mindy gets ready for her big day, she is very weak but happy as can be. Over the past several months, her family has seen the sad signs that her time is near.
It's been a little weird seeing her be sad, because she's usually not sick like this.
Mindy was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2008, stage 3 ovarian cancer a year later that has spread to her liver.
I wasn't sure how much time she had left, and I wanted to show her and her family that, how much I cared for her, and I wanted to give her a little bit more to fight for.
At this point, we're like, let's do it. We love each other, and it's time to put it together today.
In front of friends, family, and community, dressed in tie-dye as Mindy asked, the mother of 3 makes her way down the aisle with her father by her side.
I've not left your side, and I can promise I never will.
As Mindy and Joey shared their vows, tears were shed throughout the crowd.
Joey,
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a sign of my vow,
as a sign of my vow,
and with all that I am
with all that I am
and all that I have,
and all that I have.
I honor you.
I honor you.
This couple has been together for the last 8 years, through what they say had the biggest joys and struggles of their lives, and finally, what they've been waiting to do all along.
You may kiss the bride.
Mindy's family says she's never complained about her struggles with cancer. She tells us her daughters and now husband help her fight every day.
Looking at my daughter's eyes and knowing that I have to be here for them until God still needs me down here.
Mindy's family tells us almost everything for the wedding was donated. They say help along the way from St. Jude's Hospice made it all possible.
A lot of people made it possible. Great story. Thanks, Ben. And KCCI's Ben Jordan was in Ottumwa today. He shows us how the entire community came together to welcome Wolf home.
As a line of motorcycles lead the way from Cedar Rapids into Ottumwa, the streets are lined with people of all ages holding American flags to honor fallen Corporal Adam Wolf. His twin brother remembers him as a man you could go to for anything.
Adam definitely was the most kind person that you've ever met in your whole entire life, and he would never talk bad about anyone.
Wolf was a 2006 graduate of Cardinal High School. He enlisted into the Marines in December 2012 and had been serving in Afghanistan since March. Reports say Wolf died June 20th from a Taliban bomb attack in southern Afghanistan. The Marine Corps promoted him to corporal after his death.
We're just holding on to each other, leaning on each other, crying on each other's shoulders.
Tugs at your heartstrings. It could be one of your own. Can't imagine losing a child of my own.
With Wolf's death happening so close to Independence Day, this loss puts freedom into perspective for everyone in attendance.
People, I think, tend to take for granted that this happens to other people, that our men and women are out there fighting for freedom, and freedom isn't free.
Although this family will never be able to see their 25-year-old son, grandson, and brother grow old, the community support helps them remember that the memories they shared will live on.
He is gone, and he isn't gone. I mean, with everyone's support that's been there and everything, it definitely doesn't feel like he's gone.
In Ottumwa, Ben Jordan, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.